Okay, up next we have Carly Mueller, and she is from Geology, and she will be presenting on mobility of trace and heavy metals in western Wisconsin sediments determined by microwave-assisted sequential extraction procedure with analysis by high-resolution inductively coupled plasma mass spectrometry.
In western Wisconsin, there are nearly 100 active frac sand mining industry mines. With that, and the general public is very aware of frac sand mining and the controversy that surrounds it in both air quality and water quality. My name is Carly Mueller, and I work with Melissa Hackenmueller, where we are both pursuing degrees in geology. And together we work with Drs. J. Brian Mahoney, a professor in the Department of Geology, and Laurel McEllistrem, who works with instrumentation in the Department of Material Science and Engineering. The issue is a lot of people are concerned that the frac sand mining industry is increasing the amount of available metals to the surface water and groundwater that people are drinking and consuming and in general associate with. This has caused a lot of people to want regulation and for industry to test for the certain metals in the water, which is very expensive and time consuming if it's not really well known if the stockpiling of material is actually causing an issue. This comes from that in nature, there are many processes that in general cause metals to be released into our water. One way is that by simply being on the surface, metals are being released. Another way is that when rainwater falls, which is naturally acidic, it liberates certain metals. And another way is that when sand is buried deep in an anoxic environment or an environment without oxygen, metals are being liberated. And then when materials are buried and brought to the surface, where they are created into very oxygen-rich environments, metals are being oxidized and released. The problem with frac sand mining is that they're targeting quartz sand, which is over 95% quartz, which is below organic rich layers that are thought to be concentrated in metals. So when frac sand mines remove that organic rich layer and they're stockpiling it, a lot of people are concerned that metals are being released at a lot faster rate than they normally would be. Our research project is trying to mimic the natural process of metals being liberated by using stages of increasing acid to quantify the mobility of these metals. Our preliminary research is showing that the metals are coming off in an environment that would be associated in an anaerobic environment where there's not a lot of oxygen. So in general, the frac sand mining industry is stockpiling material, and our research is showing that these metals are not coming off in that type of environment. They would normally be coming off in an environment where we would be burying them, which is the frac sand mining is not doing. So in general, the regulation that's being imposed or may be imposed should be reevaluated to actually consider the amount of metals that are being associated so that the industry and the state regulation are saving money and time by targeting the correct materials and the correct metals that would be liberated, and the general public is aware that their surface water and groundwater is safe for this very topic of just stockpiling material. Thank you. So a question was thought that the stockpiling material there might be other factors that could cost more money or different other factors that would be associated. And this project is specifically only looking at if metals are concentrated or being released at a faster rate into the water than we would expect. But there are other projects and other research projects that this was actually born from that are looking at other issues with water quality.